Well, good morning. I'm Dr. Michelle Deering, and welcome to, I'm calling it Tea Time Timeout for Moms. Not that moms need a timeout or anything like that in the traditional sense of the word, because we're full-grown adult women. Um, but we all need, at some point, to take a time to pause, to consider ourselves. And so, again, uh, I just really want these 15 or so minutes to be a time where you as a mom can just pull away from what it is that you're doing and just know that this is a time that's intended to be just for you, where you can just be. No agenda, just be. And get a respite and some replenishing, some encouragement, uh, and some support during this time where either you're at home working from home, or you have always worked from home, or you have always had home as the working location that you do. Either way, kids are home more than likely, and things are just all over the place. Usually during the day, 12 o'clock is lunchtime, but this is meant to be the antidote to that. This is time for you before. I've been thinking about pausing. If you've been following me along on social media at all, you know that one of my big things is for moms in particular to pause and consider what they're doing, why they're doing what they're doing. And it is no surprise, it seems like collectively as a species of humanity on this planet, we have had a forced pause in our lives with everything that's going on with coronavirus. And I just really want to applaud those of you who are actually doing due diligence to make sure that you keep yourselves safe, your family safe, and your neighbors safe, okay, by following the guidelines that have been put forth to us. But that being said, even when we're at home or pausing or attempting to pause, I've started to wonder what it means to pause. Does pause mean you stop? Or does pause mean that you're actually temporarily stopping in anticipation of doing something else? So then really, does it really become a pause? And I'm wondering if you've ever had or have been having difficulty during this time of pause or pausing, period. If you have had any trouble pausing, or you normally find it hard to kind of slow down to pause, just type that in the comment section. Let me know, what is it that makes it hard for you to actually pause? Even as I think about it, what makes it hard for me to pause is, and I don't know if this is true for you, but what makes it hard for me to pause sometimes is I'm still thinking while my body is still. So then if my mind is still thinking, am I really fully paused? So what makes it hard to actually pause and still our minds in that moment when we are pausing? Well, I'm wondering if it might be that you have thoughts going through your mind about expectations that you either have of yourself or that others have of you with regards to what it is you should or should not be doing, or what it is that you ought to or ought not to be being. Just wondering about that. Because if you're having trouble pausing up here, it's going to be hard for you to fully pause in your body, because there's this mind-body connection. And so this has become front and center. The reason why I'm talking about this today is, last night I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. And then when it came time to go to bed, my body was asleep in bed, but my mind was still going and thinking about all the things that I needed to do. And it was hard for me to shut this off. And so I had to employ certain things like visualization, where I picked what I call my happy place. And my happy place is a place in the Northeast, in New Hampshire called Rockport. Very scenic, typical New England kind of scene, where you have the lighthouse and the rocky cliffs and the water from the ocean just hitting the cliffs, and you see the jagged rocks below, and you see the sand. So for me, I had to take myself to my happy place and visualize that scene. And as I visualize that scene, one of two things can happen. That makes you really calm, and you end up drifting off. But what happened to me was that I got so into the scene that I was totally amped up, and I thought, oh, we got to change this film. So I had to go to a beach scene in Virginia Beach, on the boardwalk, and that actually helped me fall asleep. But my point is that we have to somehow employ something for our mind to actually slow down, so that our pause cannot just be a physical pause, but also a mental pause. Because if you're a mom, you're thinking about everything and everyone else, things that have to be juggled, things that need to happen, that you need to keep rolling. But if you could just go with me just a little bit on this and just realize that if we don't take efforts and make efforts to still our mind, then our body's not going to fall suit. Okay? And you don't want it to happen where, and I've had this happen twice in my life, where you burn out because this and your body are not connected, and you just keep going, and then your body wears out. And it says, okay, if you didn't listen to your mind telling you to just slow things down and pause, then I as a body am going to force this pause on you and conk out. It is not fun to burn out. So I don't know if any of you have ever burned out, but let me know if that's ever happened to you. But one of the things I learned during those, it's like 3 strikes you're out. So it happened to me twice. And so ever since the second time, I've taken steps to make sure that I'm tending to my body, so that when it feels tired or it feels stressed, I know that I need to do something different, meaning I need to pause to consider, what do I need in this moment to metaphorically put the oxygen mask on myself first, and take that time, and then go attend to everyone else afterwards. Okay. For me right now, especially given everything that's going on in the world, I actually, before all of this stuff came down, I had actually gone out and I've really been into my vinyl records. So I went out and bought a turntable with speakers, And I have just been the 80s girl. I am playing all my records from the 80s. Uh, Pat Benatar, Fleetwood Mac, gotta have my journey in there. Um, so definitely find what it is that you need that will help you get in that place of just pausing and making sure that as your body has paused, your mind is pausing also in a space that's going to be replenishing for you. Um, so definitely let me know what your thoughts are with regards to pausing. What makes it difficult for you to actually pause, both physically and mentally? And I definitely will respond. And then also, if you happen to be into music, other question for you is, what decade of music do you like? As I've already revealed, I'm an 80s girl and love my 80s. But definitely let me know, what style of music you like listening to. If we can get a compilation going so that people can get some new ideas if they haven't thought of that already. Okay. So again, uh, this is just intended to be a short, brief time where we can, as moms and dads too, because I know guys tune in, or sons and daughters, we can all tune in here to just take a tea time out, especially on this very brisk, cold day. Get some warm tea or coffee, whatever is your beverage of choice, and take this time out for you, because at the end of the day, you matter a lot, and so you're worth taking that time out, all right, to replenish yourself. So be encouraged. Again, I'm Dr. Michelle Deering for Tea Time Out for moms, dads, anyone else who'd like to join us. All right, take care. Bye.